Just another piece of rusted scrap among the rest of the junk. Muldoon paled. The evidence he was going to need gone. And of course the money is genuine. We made sure of it. Ink, paper, everything. We made sure of it long ago. It will be a pity you won't be here to see how efficient we can really be. But the rest of the planet will know as soon as Evin returns. Muldoon's mind was working swiftly. You got rid of the machine, but what about the junk shop it was in? I'll bet there are more important things there. Indeed there are, but no one will find them. It will be just another rusted piece of large junk to them. It was then that Muldoon made his move. He lashed out with a fist. The blow staggered Robert, and Muldoon was crashing his shoulder against the inner door. It burst inward, but before he could get through, Robert grabbed him. The whole side of Muldoon's face went numb as Robert crashed his fist against his jaw. Muldoon knew he didn't stand a chance in a straight-up fight. Not with these two. Robert's hands were reaching for him now. Muldoon grabbed one of his hands with both of his, twisted outward as he grasped two fingers in each hand. Robert's face went putty gray as the bones snapped. Muldoon no longer cared about fair play. His knee came up where it could do the most damage, and Robert sank groveling to the floor. Muldoon whirled, too late. The world exploded in 1,000 flashes of pain-filled lights. He went crashing backward into the wall. Evin hit him again before he stumbled blindly away from the terrible fist. "Let me kill him," Robert groaned. Muldoon pulled himself up from the pain-filled world he had been sent into. There seemed to be two Evins facing him. Then there was only one. A twisted grin came to Muldoon's lips. "Come ahead, you rat," he mumbled. Evin came forward, and swift as an adder Muldoon kicked him just below the kneecap. Evin screamed and collapsed. Muldoon staggered out of the way of the falling body, only to fall into the clutches of Robert's sudden reaching fingers. He fell to the floor. Robert tried to get his good hand up to Muldoon's throat. Muldoon beat at the thick face with both hands, but the other seemed not to feel the pounding fist. Slowly, the fingers managed to reach their goal. Muldoon felt the darkness of death closing over him as his breath became a tortured, dying gasp. His hand found Robert's face, came gently over it until his thumb pressed on one eyeball, and Robert screamed as the thumb became a hooked instrument to blind him. Muldoon rolled away from the other, staggered somehow erect, but he knew his strength was gone. He couldn't make it to the door, and now Evin had him. And the door burst open, and men poured into the room. Muldoon recognized only one, the head of the Treasury's investigation department, before he blacked out. Deena Savory stroked his forehead gently. "Does it hurt much, baby?" The nurse had left them alone when Deena came into the hospital room. "Not now," Muldoon said. "What are they going to do to those men?" she asked. "Oh, 20 years, according to Phillips. Counterfeiting, you know, carries heavy penalties." "But I thought the money was good. After all, they had paid rent with C-notes." "A slip-up on the bank's part. You see, they made one mistake. The machine they had turned out perfect bills. Every one with the same serial number." Deena's eyes widened. "And the junk shop, or whatever it was?" she said. "I thought I'd let well enough alone. You see, I took care of that during the day. The twins, being criminals, had automatically broken their lease. They also made it possible for me to change clients. Well, there's going to be a huge tank covering that dump and shack, a tank holding an awful lot of natural gas. I got together with the owner of the property and the utility people yesterday afternoon and worked out a deal. They're going to dump all that junk into the ocean." "I'm sorry about the other night," she said suddenly. "Is that how you say you're sorry?" he asked. "Uh-huh," she said as he reached for her. "There's a time and place for that." "Promise?" Her lips agreed. This is the end of Lease to Doomsday by Lee Archer. Recording by Tom Weiss.